Around 20,000 Sri Lankans die every year from various health complications due to tobacco use. It is high time that everyone should campaign against this calamity, which has become more dangerous than the terrorist war. Sri Lankans spend 270 million rupees a day on smoking, while 60 Sri Lankans die daily from smoke-related diseases. It is time to trace back and reflect upon the victorious paths against this national catastrophe, which culminated in the process of adopting regulations requiring tobacco products to contain graphic pictorial health warnings on 80% of the pack. Sri Lanka was the first Asian country and the fourth in the world which ratified the World Health Organization's Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, FCTC, in 2003. The convention entered into force in Sri Lanka on 27 February 2005. Despite the tobacco industry challenges in courts, the National Authority on Tobacco and Alcohol, NATA, was established by the government of Sri Lanka during the year 2006 for the implementation of the NATA Act No. 27 that was passed in Parliament during the same year, with the aim of controlling the problem of alcohol and tobacco use, which at present is a burning issue in the country. The NATA Act prohibits the sale of alcohol and distribution to minors, the advertising and free distribution of these products, and the smoking of cigarettes in places to which the public have access. In terms of Article 2 of the FCTC, Sri Lanka was obliged to introduce pictorial health warnings on cigarette packets by 2008. For various reasons, the pictorial health warnings did not materialize on schedule. It was only after the Honourable Maithripala Sirisena became Health Minister that Sri Lanka was able to fulfill its obligation in respect of Article 2. The regulations on pictorial health warnings were duly gazetted in August 2012. The then Health Minister, the Honourable Maithripala Sirisena, played a decisive role in implementing Article 2 of the FCTC. The Parliament passed new regulations requiring cigarette packs to contain pictorial health warnings covering 80% of total area. The tobacco industry and the country's monopoly cigarette makers and distributors challenged this at the Court of Appeal. The court then limited the pictorial warning to 51 to 60% of the printable area on the pack. The government also engaged NGOs as well as organizations such as Alcohol and Drug Information Center as formal partners in FCTC implementation. Specifically, NGOs assisted in collecting information about how well the treaty is being implemented and in tracking industry activities. While advertising, promotion and sponsorship will be banned as a result of the convention, there are likely to be breaches by the industry that will need to be identified and exposed to governments, media and the public. NGOs can enhance the effectiveness of government-directed tobacco control policy and can mobilize the public to play an active role in local enforcement. Health Minister Maithripala Sirisena, who was conferred the World Health Organization's No World Tobacco Day Award 2013 for excellence in tobacco control, was also honored with the Harvard Health Leader of the Year Award in recognition of his contributions towards tobacco control at national and international levels. More than anything else, the newly elected President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Maithripala Sirisena, who, when he was the Minister of Health, almost single-handedly fought for the 80% coverage of pictorial health warnings in the cigarette packs. In this current climate, we are optimistic that before long, the 80% coverage that was originally intended will become operative. In February this year, a bill to amend the Act on the National Authority on Tobacco and Alcohol, making it compulsory with regards to 80% of pictorial warnings to be displayed on cigarette packs, was presented in Parliament as an urgent bill. The Minister of Health and Indigenous Medicine, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne, presented the bill to amend the National Authority on Tobacco and Alcohol Act No. 27 of 2006. In the regulation, it is mentioned that the pictorial should consist of warnings printed on both sides of every cigarette packet, package or carton containing cigarettes, and 80% of the total area of a packet, package or carton. Sri Lanka, as a nation fighting the tobacco epidemic for decades, has been assisted immensely by the World Health Organization's Framework Convention on Tobacco Control to significantly dent the relentless march of this merchant of death, and will look up to this convention as the flag bearer in its future endeavor to kill off this menace to public health forever.